Hello students, welcome to the online class. Today we'll start the third part in Unit 4 Geography, that is India, Industries and the Resources. So far we have completed up to the metallic minerals and the non-metallic minerals. So today we'll start with the heading Conventional Energy Sources. So under the conventional energy resources, two resources are given there, that is thermal and the nuclear. So firstly we'll see about the thermal power. So this thermal power, it is generated using the fuels like coal, diesel and petroleum. So thermal power is generated using the fuels like coal, diesel and the petroleum. The National Thermal Power Corporation, that is NTPC, it is established in the year of 1975. In Tamil Nadu, 5% of thermal electricity produced in India. So Neyveli, Mettur, Thoothukudi and Ennur, Chennai. So these are all the important places where the thermal power stations are installed. Now we'll see about the nuclear power. The energy released during nuclear fission or fusion. So the energy which is released during the nuclear fission or fusion is used to generate the electricity. Okay, the first nuclear power station, and it was set up in Tarapur near Mumbai. In Tamil Nadu, Kalpakkam and Kudankulam. So these are all the important places where the nuclear power stations are installed. Now we'll recall it once. So thermal power, it is generated using the fuels like coal, diesel and petroleum. So the National Thermal Power Corporation, it is established in the year of 1975. In Tamil Nadu, 5% of thermal electricity is produced in India, and the thermal power stations are installed in Neyveli, Mettur, Thoothukudi and Ennur, Chennai, etc. Okay, and then the nuclear power. The energy released during nuclear fission or fusion is used to generate electricity. So the first nuclear power station is established in Tarapur near Mumbai. In Tamil Nadu, Kalpakkam and Kudankulam. So these are all the places where the nuclear power stations are installed. Let's move to the next topic, that is renewable energy resources. So under this, the first thing is hydropower. So we know hydro means water. So the energy which is generated from the running water is called the hydropower system. Okay, and it is a non-polluting energy. Cost of production is low. So the cost which is for the hydropower system is low. We are producing the hydropower in the following places, that is in the Western Ghats, Ganga Basin and the Indus Basin. Second thing is solar energy. So it converts the sunlight into electricity. So we are generating the electricity from the sunlight using the photovoltaic. So this is called solar energy. So sunlight is a scattered thing, right? So to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam, they are using the lenses or the mirrors. So the lenses or mirrors are used to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam. And then photovoltaic. So photovoltaic means it converts light into electricity. So the photovoltaic, it converts the sunlight into electricity. And this method is used in street lighting, cooking and water heaters. The third one is wind energy. That is, we are getting energy from the air. So it is called wind energy. It is cheap and pollution free. It occupies only less space. So it is used for pumping water and to sail the propel ships. India has the fourth largest wind power capacity in the world. Now we'll recall it once. So hydropower, so it is the energy which is generated from running water. It is a non-polluting energy and the cost of production is low. So the hydropower is generated in the following places, that is Western Ghats, Ganga Basin and the Indus Basin. Second one is solar energy. So it converts the sunlight into electricity using photovoltaics. So to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam, they are using the lenses or the mirrors. So photovoltaic effect means it converts the light into electricity. So this is used in street lighting, cooking and the water heaters. Third one is wind energy. So they're getting energy from air. So it is a cheap and pollution free method. So it occupies only less space. It is used for pumping water and to sail propelled ships. India has the fourth largest wind power capacity in the world. Biomass energy. So bioenergy, it is obtained through the biodegradable materials. So the biodegradable materials like the animal waste, the kitchen waste and the water hyacinth and the agricultural residues and city waste. So it is an energy which is generated, which is obtained from the biodegradable materials like the animal waste and the kitchen waste. So it is a clean and cheap source of energy. So the energy which is obtained from this biodegradable materials, so this energy is used for domestic purposes. At last, tidal and the wave energy. So the energy is generated from the running waters, that is from the tides and the waves. So there are two main sources of ocean energy. They are the ocean tides and the ocean waves. So they are generating the energy from the ocean tides and the ocean waves. So how this wave or tidal energy is generated? So when the wind blows over the surface of the ocean or a sea, so it creates the waves, right? So காத்து வந்து வேகமா அடிக்கும்போது தான் அலை வருது இல்லையா? So it creates the waves. So the kinetic energy, it is transferred from the wind to the sea waters. Okay, and then it creates the energy. So this is called tidal or the wave energy. The Gulf of Cambay, so it is the best suited area for tidal energy. So this place is used for taking the tidal energy. So following by this, Gulf of Kutch and Sundarbans, these places are also used. And wave energy power plant of 150 kilowatt. So this is installed at Vizhinjam near Thiruvananthapuram. So and another plant of this kind has been set up near Andaman and Nicobar Island. So various tidal and wave energy power plant are also established in some places of India. So that's all. This lesson is over. Thank you, students.